so. Not interesting. I'm leaving my job. I've only worked there for not too long. I knew I was gonna have problems at my new job. Like the freaking first day I was there. My co-teacher, who is also the head teacher, and that's always a bad mix. It's better to work with somebody who's at your own level than to work with somebody who's above you. For obvious reasons. If your co-teacher who's supposed to be helping you is also your boss, then it's not so much you two working together. It's them just bossing you around, as opposed to in most cases your co-teacher would be on the same level as you, and then you can have discussions, and sometimes you can use your ideas, and sometimes you can use theirs. So yeah, so right off the bat, I'm like, uh-oh, my co-teacher is also my boss. And then the first day I was there, she said a couple things to me. One of which was, this school treats foreigners too well. And I'm like, oh, because I just know the type of person she is. As soon as I hear that, I know she's just another one of those Asian teachers that hates foreigners because we get paid more than they do, and have resentment against us, and they're jealous. Because yeah, and then on the first day I was there, she goes, because when I went in for the job, she wasn't there that day, and I was talking to the main boss, who doesn't speak English, but I spoke Chinese, so I was able to speak to the big boss, and the big boss gave me the pay that I asked for, and she goes, oh, I wouldn't have paid you so much. And I'm like, oh, first she tells me that she pretty much doesn't like white people, and then she tells me that the school's paying me too much. I'm like, okay, this is on my first day. Yeah, and then to top it all off, I'm teaching, the first day or whatever, and I'm telling jokes and stuff, and the kids are loving me, they're laughing, everyone's having a good time, and I'm looking at her, and she does not crack a fucking smile, not once, not the entire, on some of my jokes, I was like, that's a funny joke, that was a good joke, and I'm looking at her, and she's just looking back at me, dead-faced. I'm like, oh, man. So, even though I've only been working at this school for 2 or 3 months, I knew it's not going to last. She has no sense of humor at all. She told me off the other day. She called me in. It wasn't her, it was someone else, and their English wasn't very good. And they're like, yes, we heard that you were doing this in class. And I'm like, well, I don't understand what that means. Can someone translate? And then they're like, you said bad word to children. I'm like, what bad word? I don't swear in class, obviously, so what bad word? I'm like, and then someone else translated it. They're like, no, you called a child a name. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, did I? Because, the odd time I'll let something slip or something, I'll be angry with a kid, but in general, I control those kind of things. That's not cool. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I haven't. At first I was like, hell, have I? And I'm thinking, no, I haven't. And I'm like, well, what name did I call the kid? And then they answer me, they're like, Pikachu. And I'm like, oh my God. There was a kid who was wearing a bright yellow jacket to class, and I said to the kid, hey, Pikachu, come here. And he laughed, and the other kids laughed, and they're like, Pikachu? And I'm like, yeah, you're wearing yellow, Pikachu. And then the kid went home and complained to his mummy, and his mummy phoned the school. And I'm like, man, I want to go up to that kid and say, listen, kid, you're fat and you're ugly. If being called Pikachu is enough to get you upset, then what are you going to do once you reach junior high and high school, man? You might as well just kill yourself now, because you're not going to last a fucking minute in high school when all the other kids are calling you a fat fucking pig, which is what you are. If getting called a fucking cute Pikachu, cool-ass electric monster is something that you find insulting, then what's going to be called getting a fat pig going to do to you? I really want to say that to that kid. Anyways, so my job, for Chinese New Year, I'm just going to switch jobs. I'm like, yeah, okay. I call the kid Pikachu and you're complaining. Oh, and sometimes when I play games with the kids, and I've done this I've been teaching in Taiwan for 13 years, and for 13 years I've been doing this, and I never had a complaint. You divide the class into teams, and you do team A and everybody assumes you're going to write team B, but that's when you do something different for a laugh. So I write, okay, this side of the class is team A, and this side of the class is team, and then some of the kids say B, and I go, no, team poo-poo, and I draw an ice cream type, a cartoony ice cream type of poop on the board. Okay, you guys are poop, and you guys are team A. And the kids, I swear to you, the kids freaking love it. Not one kid will complain about this, even if they're on the poop team. They think it's hilarious. They laugh. and they think it's so funny that they go home and then they'll go and they'll tell the people, oh, this teacher was so funny, he made this class team poop team, and they complain about that. You can't call one team poop, and I'm like, why? Is poop a swear word in Chinese? And she's like, yes, it is. And I'm like, no, it's not, you fucking idiot. I speak Chinese well enough to know that da bien is not a fucking swear word. Plus, have you seen all those Asian cartoons that have the little cute animals teaching kids how to poop and stuff, and they show little cartoons on the toilet and big lumps of poop in the thing, they're singing and stuff? If you haven't, I'll put a link to one of those videos. You know, like, my kids' books, they have tons of poop in them, and da bien, and go to the bathroom, teaching kids how to poop. There's songs, like, wo de da bien han dao, it's like, there's all these poo-poo songs. Everything's poo-poo this, poo-poo that. They're cartoons. If you watch like Chinese cartoons, like they always got kids like poo-pooing and this and showing their bums, and a lot of times in the cartoons they'll show their penises and stuff too. Like it's just, you know. And then here I am, a white guy, and all I said is the word poo-poo in class, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's horrible." You know, so what the fuck? Anyways, yeah, they're just no sense of humor and way too overbearing. So I'm changing jobs. Playing some air hockey with my son. Okay, hit it. Kicked your ass again, you little bitch. One more time. Well, that was just stupid. Come on. Is it over?